Hey everyone, I'm preparing this video and I'm looking forward to this because I think it's a very important discussion for you. As you are going through life, in education, when we're growing up, they tell you that grades are the most important thing and that your report card is very important. I want to share with you as you go to a bank, there is one thing more important. They don't ask you what your grades are, but they do talk to you about the adult report card, and that is the personal financial statement, and how important that is to prepare it, but also for you to look at it and how it will change your behaviors as you're focusing on it and things you do throughout the year. It's a valuable tool and be able to be aware of what you need to do to get to financial independence. As you prepare this and give this to a bank, I want you to be successful to get the best lending terms. But if they see you've prepared it, you know it intimately, and you can share what you're doing, it gives them more confidence. And I want to see you get successful as you're growing your investment portfolio. Look, hey everyone, welcome to Build to Rent Investing in Financial Talk. And today we're going to be talking some important financial talk that I guarantee you want to have. And as I begin that, I've got something special at the end that you can take today and begin applying at this year-end time. And once again, I'm wearing another Hawaiian shirt. It's Christmas time, and I've got my Christmas Hawaiian shirt. But I wanted to visit today about what many people call the adult report card. As we go through school, the education system talks about PhDs and MBAs and BAs and all these different degrees that are the key and formula to success. And I would want to share with you, I think one of the most important things is the FL. And you may be asking, what is the FL? The FL is financial literacy. In all those degrees, you can make all the money in the world, but if you don't have good financial literacy and know how to handle your money and know how to keep your money, as I teach on many times, is how you treat your money will determine how much you'll get to keep. And if you're a friend to your money and you're good to your money, it will leave you and come back with friends if you've invested it right. And if you're not good with it and you don't treat it well, it'll leave and never come back. So I want to teach you some ways you can begin to track how you're handling your money and are you taking good care of it. And that is with the adult report card, the personal financial statement. Everyone, and I would be very surprised, there's a very low percentage of people that actually prepare a personal financial statement in any form and in any regular basis. I learned this many years ago from some very wealthy clients of mine when I was in banking, and they tracked their personal financial statements, actually was required by the bank to prepare one once a year. But I began to ask them, what do you use it for? And I found out that they really analyze their personal financial statements. So I would advise you to prepare a personal financial statement, but be very specific. If you're putting in just general numbers, human nature would say you're going to naturally not put accurate information in there and want to make it look better for your own self. I would recommend a system to do that so that you do it the same way every time. For me, what I do, and here it's almost year end, I'll be preparing my year end financial statement. I do it on the same day every year. I do it on December 31st. All my bank accounts, I print out the bank account and put that exact number, whatever is in that account at that very day. I'm looking up even the values of my cars. I go to KBP, I'm putting that in versus the loans. If I have any loans on them, I'm putting all the values of those. And then I'm also tracking the values of my personal residence and all the investment properties. Also on a personal financial statement, I'm tracking very accurately several years of my income. As I've shared before, I was in banking. One set of data does not give you very good analysis. You want to see the trends over the years. And on a personal financial statement, if it's prepared correctly, it should at least have a couple of years. And I'm putting all the income that I made. It is pulling from the pages all the rent income and all the rent expenses. And I'm able to see if year over year, if I'm making progress. You should be doing the same thing. As you're growing your rental portfolio, are you making progress? Sharing some things that will help you in the future on banking. When the bank asks for a personal financial statement, if you've got that prepared and you can be able to go through it with your banker and say, here is what I'm doing, here's what I'm focusing on, it's giving them a comfort level to give you those loans, and that might be to your advantage. Things that you want to track. One of the principles I believe in is what you focus on expands. One of the things you need to focus on is growing your cash flow with your rental properties, but hopefully growing your net worth, but also tracking the cash reserves you have. As your portfolio begins to grow, you probably need more reserves for different expenses, both expenses, vacancy, and capital expenditures. You want to see those grow in proportion. The bank is looking at those things too, but these are things you can use as you're looking at a personal financial statement. Other things that you would want to track is the leverage ratio. If you're leveraged with lots of property and say you're at a 90% loan to value and no cash reserves, you are actually in a very vulnerable position. And if things went sideways, you don't have a quick and easy out. You have very little margin for error. I'm trying to track this for my own portfolio. As I'm getting closer and closer to retirement, I'm wanting to have higher and higher equity in my properties, and I'm tracking that annually. The other thing you can see if you're comparing year over year, things that I like to look at is how much of the loan balances have been paid down each year. And of course, that loan balance is paid down by the tenants. Over this last year, exciting news that I'm excited about is being able to pay down the loans. It's almost $65,000 just in 1 year. Well, that went to my bottom line of my equity in the property. It also gives me more flexibility. As you're tracking that, you want to manage that. And if you're tracking it on your personal financial statement, you're going to be more aware. You're going to think through some of the things that you're doing in your investing. You might want to even trade equity for more cash flow to be a more secure position. Some of y'all remember in the times in 2008 to 2010 when times were tight. If you had plenty of equity, you had a path out. I watched people in banking that did not have enough equity and they needed to sell because they needed cash. They didn't have enough equity, and by the time they were able to sell it, they didn't have any cash that would be put in their pocket. I'm trying to do that as I'm closer to retirement to secure my retirement and to secure my net worth. I'm wanting to see that grow. Wanted to share these things. It is very important for you to fill out a personal financial statement, and I would encourage you here at this time, we're about to be December 31st, to prepare it. And I have a special gift for you. I have prepared a link in the notes directly to download the personal financial statement that I use in a spreadsheet format. What I would recommend is sheets 2, 3, and 4. You fill those out first because many of those numbers backfill to the front page. And then whatever cells that are not filled out from the 2, 3, and 4, you put those in. These are things that I use, and I wanted to encourage you. Even as an investor, I've been surprised at how many investors do not fill out a personal financial statement. I'm wanting to focus on it. I'm encouraging you to focus on it as both your assets and liabilities are on there, the loan to value ratios, your income each year. You can see how it changes year over year, and you're able to focus on it and know things that you need to focus on in your personal financial statement, the adult report card. Till later, have a good day and Merry Christmas.